Right now I'm just going to go over the lesson that will be presented to the students. I'm going to start off by welcoming the class and explaining that that day they will be discussing how to add and subtract fractions with equal denominators. I will then go over the materials they will need for that class. They will need access to a computer or smart device, a pencil and paper or a Google Doc for note-taking and writing down problems. And they will need to have this link for a virtual number line open in a separate tab because that will be utilized as a manipulative in the lesson today. Then I will go over the objective and the TEK. The objective is after instruction and modeling over how to represent and solve addition and subtraction of fractions with equal denominators using a number line or model. The students will be able to complete 4 different problems that add or subtract fractions with equal denominators using a number line or model. This aligns with TEK 4.3e, which is represent and solve addition and subtraction of fractions with equal denominators using objects and pictorial models that build to the number line and properties of operations. We'll then go over some real-life examples. Miss Parallelogram wanted to support her students on the football team. Because of traffic, she arrived late and was informed she missed the first quarter. This made her sad. Her friend Miss Fraction then informed her there are 4 quarters in the game. They did the math together and Miss Parallelogram felt better because she would still be able to watch the majority of the game. The math is also represented below. There are 4/4 minus 1/4 equals 3/4. There's then an open-ended question asked, and it is asking the students to give another real-life example of when you would need to know how to add and subtract fractions. And then I listed my example to help guide some students that might need a little extra help when creating one. I'm then going to tell them great job and instruct them that we are now going to learn how to add and subtract fractions so that we can solve the real-life problems. Then it's going to play a quick little video about adding and subtracting fractions when utilizing a number line. And this is just a video of me explaining how to use the virtual number line that was linked earlier. And I go over an addition problem and a subtraction problem. It's then going to take them through a few of these questions. It's going to instruct them to exit Nearpod and go to our virtual number line to solve the following problem. They will solve the problem on their link, and then they will come back and put the correct answer in their text box. And then it gives them another one of those problems, and it's doing 2 addition and 2 subtraction. This is the third. And then here's the fourth, and in each of these I have the link there for them just in case they forgot to open their browser before class started. Then I'm going to go over with them just explaining how there is more than one way to think, and sometimes we might struggle with one option, but there are multiple options that we can use. And this video goes over adding and subtracting fractions. It re-explains how to use the number line, but it also explains area models and then how to add and subtract fractions without a model at all. And so it kind of just goes over different ways that the mind thinks and different ways that students might learn a little bit better. We're then going to have a breakout time, and students are going to go into preset groups on their Zoom. I will have their Zoom link inserted here for that day, and they're just going to talk about where they struggled, where they excelled, and what method they preferred. They're then going to come back to the Nearpod, and they're going to have another open-ended question. It asks, how did you feel about today's lesson, and do you have any questions? Rate your confidence on adding and subtracting fractions with equal denominators on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being no confidence and 5 being you have 100% confidence. Then I'm going to tell everyone that we are going to solve one of their real life examples. So I'm going to take one of the real life examples that they gave me earlier from one of the students, and we are going to go to the Zoom, which I will have linked here, and I'm going to go over just once more using each of the methods we learned, the line method and the area model, and I'm just going to go through that with them for one more refresher and instruction and time for them to ask questions and feel really confident about that for their assessment. We're then going to go to their assessment, which is in the open-ended question phase. And this is going to be their exit ticket and assessment. It says solve the following problems using one of the methods learned today. They're going to solve 4 problems, and then they are going to come here and insert the answers to those problems. After that, we're going to discuss if we met our objective. I'm going to review by rereading the objective and asking the class, to which they will respond if they felt that we met our objective for the day. Then I have a game on slide. I'm going to instruct students to practice their new awesome skills with these games at home. And they're just different games that they can utilize to help go over all the knowledge that we learned today at home if they need a little extra help, or if they just want to have some fun and play some math games. And that will be the end of the lesson.